Yo, what's up? Peace. What's up, Moors? Islam to everybody out there. Just gonna build with y'all for a few minutes, if that's okay. That's cool. Yeah. So now I was just talking uh, with my wife, and I figured, hey, I'm gonna build with the Moors, you know. And like I said, if that's cool with y'all, we could build for a few minutes, right? Peace. Just talking about things in general, like what's going on in the world, current events, stuff like that. You know, no, no real topic, but just dealing with stuff that affects us in general, right? And of course, as always, if you have questions or anything like that, go ahead and speak up. Type them in the chat, comment. Um, yeah. Some people asking like, if you want some Moorish regalia, hit up Abdullah. The link is in the description. It's already in there. It says Doskiono, so hit him up. All right. Got clothes and all that stuff. So what's up with y'all? What's up? What's been going on, people? Have y'all been sharing the videos? Sharing with your family and friends? Because we don't want to just be sitting here preaching to the choir, talking to people that already know this stuff. We got to get it out there. You got to, wake some people up. Especially now, man. You hear Trump saying that being born here doesn't make you a citizen, right? It's time. It's not just good enough that we know, So what's up? Yeah. Okay, we got some more people in here now. Let's go. Let's get it popping. Y'all kind of quiet in there. Man, y'all was thinking about just stuff in general, like how crazy it is, like how the system is run. Like, was listening to this clip, just like a short clip somebody had posted with Lord Jamar. He's always on Vlad TV. And so he's like talking about how the white man is the devil, right? And like what he said was kind of smart. I mean, it was kind of, it was cool. It was real. I felt where he's coming from. And he said something that like, just like really hit home. Like, hey, it's not, just them per se or, based off of skin color. It's anyone that has that mentality, the mentality that pretty much everyone knows is like associated with white people in general, right? Not to demonize anyone or talk about anyone, just being real. Like, it's known that for the most part, destroying the earth, pollution, just, outright, just, killing and destruction for no reason, it's associated with these people, right? And it's a known fact. Like, who really, when you really think about it, who's really out here just like, polluting and just, doing heinous things like destroying the earth, the coral reefs, putting all this trash out in the ocean, just who really is behind that for the most part? Even when it's people that look like us that are perpetrating it, that are, participating, we're just, taking part in the system. People are taking part in that because they got to make money. They have to, participate, to a degree. All right. And so like he was right in that, that's pretty much associated, yeah, with them. It's a known fact. It's just known, right? And so like it's crazy because like to a degree we all participate in this. Like every now and then, like, I just get in these you know, I just like feel like ranting or venting because it's like at the end of the day, you know, even though you know, I participate too just as much as we all do, like I really don't want to keep perpetrating this system. You know, I don't want to keep creating products that need plastic, you know, plastic bags, plastic wrap, and all this stuff that needs to be created that's gonna wind up being trashed, that's gonna wind up going in a landfill, you know, like just that whole thing with the landfills, you know, this it's so stupid. It's foolish to create all this trash and then just to bury it under the ground. You know what I'm saying? That's not even sustainable, you know? And then sometimes it just actually winds up in the ocean, you know, and I don't want to keep creating things that need cardboard, need paper, need plastic, and all these other disposable things. But at the end of the day, we all have to, you know, participate in commerce because everybody's got to take care of themselves, take care of their family. So everybody gets locked into this system, right? Right. But, you know, I really don't want to keep perpetrating it. There has to be something better. And one of the main problems is, as long as we're under this system, this way of thinking, you got to participate and keep it going, right? Because it's just like in just from a mundane perspective, you know, just to improve our lives right here where we're at, to improve your community, you know, to make things better for yourself, your family. You have to participate in commerce. You have to participate in business. You have to create more trash and junk, more disposable things, you know, that are going to add to the heap, add to the, you know, to the mess, to keep the cycle going, right? And so it's crazy, like how you get locked in, you know? And it's like, it's pretty much a known fact that the main reason we're all locked in is because of those people, that mindset, that whole system that they got everybody locked into, right? And they're not trying to really end it. You got some people who you know, like I'll put it like this, right? Here's a scenario for you, right? You got organizations like Greenpeace, right? And they're supposed to be like going out here, you know, they'll go out here on little boats and stuff to try to, you know, stop people from doing stuff like what, like killing whales, you know, and stuff like that. But it's like, who are they stopping, you know, from killing the whales and doing all this stuff that they have no business doing? Their own people. And so, like, how are they going to police themselves from doing this stuff? And then it's like, if Greenpeace and all that stuff really worked, how come they haven't brought it in to the mess, to the BS? How come they haven't stopped it, right? It's like what it really is these big conglomerates, these corporations, you know, they find a way. Exactly. They make money on both ends. They find a way to put, you know, this son or the little cousin or somebody who feels some kind of way about all the treachery that they're doing. They'll put one of the little relatives on. He gets to be director of Greenpeace, making like 6 figures for nothing, you know, and they sending little people out on boats to pretend that they're actually doing something about it, you know, so they're putting their own people on, you know what I'm saying? They're putting their own people on to act like they're doing something about it. And while they got them over here trying to stop poachers from killing little baby seals, they're over here slaughtering like entire generation of people, you know, just massacring. Whatever they doing is like real heinous. So they got them over here trying to protect the polar bears or something. And they're really like over here just wiping out entire village, wiping out entire forests, killing whole species. You know what I'm saying? Wiping them off the face of the planet. And ain't nobody stopping it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's stopping it. And so like, yeah, it's wild, man. So like, and even in that scenario, like the ones who's trying to do something, you know, they're part of the system. And it's like, do they really want change? Probably not, because they benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? Even some of the ones who might act like they're genuine, they want to like, you know, curb racism or something, not end it, but at least like, you know, make it where it ain't so hard on everybody else. They don't really want to do that stuff. Because at the end of the day, too many of them benefit from us having the guns on us, from us having all the pressure on us, from us not knowing who we are, that we are the people that they pretend to be in secret. All right. This is deep too, because like a lot of people benefit from us not knowing that their elite wear the stuff that we're wearing. They wear the fezzes. They pretend to be us. They say assalamu alaikum and all this stuff. They pretend to be Moors in secret. All right. And it's crazy because some of us who think we know a lot, who think we're well studied, we want to argue over this. We want to argue over whether we're the Moors or not. We want to argue over this philosophy, over that philosophy. And they're pretending to be us and ruling the world, you know, and they benefit from us not stepping up and being who we are. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, like Cornelius said, yeah, they want to protect animal rights, but nothing about human rights. It's wild, man. You know, they don't, like, for the most part, like, of course, I can't speak for all of these people, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, like, even some of the ones who like act like they, you know, want to do something about it, they don't really want it to change. Nah, you know, because it, first off, not trying to compete on an equal level playing field with us. And then at the end of the day, if we're really doing us, everyone else who's like against us ceases to exist. And it's always like that. It's just like whatever we do, people wind up copying, wanting to do it. It becomes the dominant thing that just takes over, you know, becomes a worldwide culture. And everyone wants to emulate it. And it gets to the point where nothing else exists. So they cease to exist. And then they, like, if we really like on our stuff mentally, you know, nothing can succeed, you know, this trying to hold us back. And then it actually literally like won't exist if we're all about us. So that, you know, people don't want that to happen. You know, a lot of people, you know, they think on that level because they see us on a level that we don't even see ourselves. They see us as like, you know, amazing. And even if we don't think of ourselves like that, there's a lot of people who do, you know, and that's the truth, for real. And I was just thinking about that because it's like, yeah, like everything, like the whole system with the food, with the animals they raise for food, you know, they probably spend more time and money and resources feeding these animals that they keep in these crazy prison-like conditions, you know, for feeding them for however long. I would say years, but now they pump them up with drugs. So it only takes a couple months for them to look full grown. And so they do this stuff for all this time. And it's like they put so much resources into that it could have easily just been like, you know, vegetation. They could have fed everyone. But they're putting all this into feeding these animals just for the slaughter. And it's a system that's set up that it's not going anywhere anytime soon. They will fight tooth and nail to keep that going. You know, it's crazy. Word. Well, now, if you're thinking about, you know, just think about this stuff sometimes. And oh no, man, it's crazy. You can't like, you know, be obsessed with it or anything like that. But I'm just saying, like, it's crazy. It's wild. And like, if you know this stuff, it's like, nah, I'm not a willing participant. You know, we're doing this under threat of coercion. You know, that under duress, under stress. You know, they're trying to, you know, put the gun to us to make us do everything. Not living like this because we want to. We're trying to find a better way to do it. Trying to place ourselves in a better position because everybody knows they're not going to fix things. It's just a known fact. It's an unspoken truth that everyone knows deep down. It doesn't matter if you're Chinese, if you're from Finland, Australia, what? It doesn't matter. Everyone knows this deep down that these people like of European descent, when I say that, I'm talking about like, you know, people that they call Caucasian, Albions or whatever. These people are not going to fix things. They just know it's a known fact. Everyone knows deep down they will keep destroying the earth. They will keep ravaging, just like on the non-sustainable level, not even thinking about, taking care of the earth and the planet. Even though some act like they are, they're not going to fix it. It's up to us. It's just like a known fact. It's not going to get fixed unless we do it. Okay? And most people know this deep down, even though they don't speak on it. It's just known. And so, as long as we're like arguing amongst each other and worried about different philosophies and debating or whatever silliness could be going on, ain't nothing gonna happen. I think one of the biggest reasons why things are still carrying on is because the people here, right here, who have been living with them for hundreds of years now, aren't stepping up and being who we're supposed to be. And as long as we do that, they get to keep pretending to be us and keep pretending to run the show. I mean, like literally pretending to be us. All we have to do is step up. We have legit claim to all of this land. We have legit claim to our Moorish heritage, whether you believe it or not. Legit claim for so many different reasons. It doesn't matter if you're coming from the whole slave trade story that you've been taught for all this time, that they brought all these people over from the East, from Africa, right? And they'll even tell you the majority of those people were Muslims. They had a Muslim slave revolt in this place called Bahia. It's Bahia, Brazil. Huge Muslim slave revolt. I believe most of them Islam. I believe most of them were of Malian descent. And the people there were joining with the other Moorish people. Sometimes they set up cities. They called them palomares. And these were like strongholds where they were self-governing. And they were even participating in trade and doing all types of stuff. And for the most part, they tell you that these people that they were bringing over from Africa were Muslims. What they show you with Kunta Kinte. Kunta Kinte was a Muslim. And most of the, Africans were as well, the other Africans. So from that point, okay, we're Moors. If you want to go the indigenous route, all right, even if you like, now I'm not trying to hear what Noble Drew Ali said. That's for you. That's not for me. That's fine. But I'm going to hit on what Noble Drew Ali said too, since I have the Holy Quran here with me. And you know what? I want to go ahead and give honors to the Most High, Father God Allah, honors to Noble Prophet Noble Drew Ali, honors to Noble Drew Ali for bringing our divine creed, and also want to give honors to Marcus Mosiah Garvey, for preparing the way for the Holy Prophet, and honors to everyone else that's tuning in, all the Moors out there, all the active Moors out there. But like I was saying, okay, we're gonna go the indigenous route for a second, all right? And gonna read the Holy Quran, even though I know everybody isn't trying to hear that, even though it lines up with a lot of stuff. I'm just hit on this, right? You might have heard this before, but in chapter 47, right? Egypt, the capital empire of the Dominion of Africa. I might skip around a little bit, so just bear with me. The inhabitants of Africa are the descendants of the ancient Canaanites from the land of Canaan. Old man Cush and his family are the first inhabitants of Africa who came from the land of Canaan. His father Ham and his family were second. Then came the word Ethiopia, which means the demarcation line of the dominion of Amexem, the first and true name of Africa, the dividing of the land between father and son, right? Okay, and this is getting interesting now. The dominion of Cush, northeast and southeast Africa, and northwest and southwest was his father's dominion of Africa. In the later years, many of their brethren from Asia and the Holy Lands joined them. Now we're getting into where the indigenous Americans were Moabites, were Moors. All right. The Moabites from the land of Moab, who received permission from the pharaohs of Egypt to settle and inhabit northwest Africa. They were the founders and are the true possessors of the present Moroccan Empire. You know what? I'm going to bring up a map. We're going to do a screen share real quick. All right. Let's just bring up a map. You know what? I'm going to bring up the present day map, and now I'm going to bring up another map for y'all. All right. Just bear with me. Right. So, yeah, like I said, just bear with me. It's going to make sense. All right. Just hang around. Go ahead and share this. If you're in here right now, share this. Okay? Share it on Facebook, wherever you at. Share it. Tag your family and friends in this, okay? All right, here we go. Okay. All right, we're going to do the screen share, y'all. And like I said, make sure you share this with your family and friends, okay? Not just up here talking and going, going off. All right, we're doing all this for a purpose. Okay, so all right, we had the map. Can y'all see this? Okay. Now these maps are kind of messed up because they exaggerate the size of certain places and stuff. That's not really the purpose. So just ignore that for now. So okay, their dominion and inhabitation extended from northeast, all right, northeast and southwest Africa, across the great Atlantis, even unto the present North, South, and Central America, and also Mexico and the Atlantis Islands. Okay, so forget this map. I'm gonna pull up something else for you. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna read that again. Their dominion okay, and this is dominion of the pharaohs of Egypt. Their dominion and inhabitation extended from northeast, there you got northeast, and southwest Africa, across the great Atlantis, even into present north, there's south, and there's Central America, and even Mexico and the Atlantis Islands. What are the Atlantis Islands? Talking about the Caribbean, right? Mexum. These are the Atlantis Islands. We got Haiti, Bodikin. That's you right there. That's my wife. Haiti, Bodikin, Cuba. Okay, Bahamas, Turks and Caicos. We got basically the whole Caribbean. Okay, so that's the Atlantis Islands. So the dominion and inhabitation was northwest, southwest Africa, all the way across the Atlantis, the whole Americas. Okay, north, south, central, and the Atlantis Islands, and also Mexico and the Atlantis Islands, and before the great earthquake, which caused the Atlantic Ocean. So this is saying their dominion of the pharaohs extended all the way over here to the Americas, and where you have present North, South, Central America and the Atlantis Islands, and they were even over there before the great earthquake, which caused the great Atlantic Ocean. Okay, and this great earthquake, it doesn't matter how you see this, whether you want to say it used to be Atlantis right here. Okay, it doesn't matter how you want to view it. Okay, because what he said is pretty plain. It's like they've been over here so long that they were over here even before the earthquake, can't talk, which created the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, and then he also tells you how the Nile River was dredged and made by the ancient pharaohs of Egypt in order to trade with the surrounding kingdoms. Okay, so they had ancient technology. The Niger River was also dredged by the great pharaohs of Egypt, and it extended eastward from the Nile River westward across the Great Atlantic. It was used for trade and transportation. All right, and actually, I'm gonna stop reading right there. There's some more to this too. Even when he talks about the Negro River, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. But basically, okay, so this is telling you that the Moors, you know, from Noble Drew Ali, from his perspective, from what he's telling us, that they've been over here this long, and even before the Atlantic Ocean was created by the Great Earthquake. All right. Okay. And you can go into like, I mean, some of this stuff is just going to be out there, and it's just going to have to be out there. But when you go into books from different researchers of European descent, and they're talking about Atlantis and Lemuria, they're saying the same thing. All right. And even now, some of the archaeology that in the past would have been like straight up hidden, some of the new scientific discoveries and things that are coming out are confirming this. They're telling us, let me see if I can get this article, right? They're starting to tell us, even in the mainstream, that the oldest people found over here were dark-skinned Moabites, right? I have an article about the indigenous population of Brazil and in the Amazon, and they're saying that they're more closely related to the Aborigines of Australia than they are to type of people who came over the Bering Strait. And so this information is coming out. And it lines up now when you're looking at it from that perspective with the pyramids and all these things found in Belize and Mexico, and ones that are found all over North and South, North America, that they call mounds, right? And ones that haven't been discovered yet. And I'm gonna do a screen share one more time. So yeah, main reason I'm saying that this is the website too. If you haven't been here, it's moresinamerica.com. Everybody needs to go here, bookmark it, share it, and make sure you bookmark it and tell everybody you know about it, because this site is the truth. So let me see if I can find this article. All right. And like I said, again, there's a lot of great information on here. But yeah, okay. Well, this isn't what I was looking for, but okay. Throughout history, there are several things that don't fit, with how we're taught. Like this is a description of the royalty in Peru, and this was this Garcilaso de la Vega, Cieza de Leon, Acosta, and other writers on Peruvian customs and manners inform us that the fringe and tassel of the Yantu, Lantu, Yantu. Okay, these are people in Peru. This is the royalty. The headdress is called a Yantu. The royal headdress of the Incas, right, was made of fine crimson wool. And let me read the part where they have the tassel. It says they have a tassel too. I don't see it. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I skipped right over it. So They inform us that the fringe and tassel of the yantu, royal headdress of the Incas, were made of fine crimson wool, right? And this is just one example, but like a lot of people who have actually physically seen the Easter Island heads are like, have seen some of these things. These aren't just like doctored for the internet, where the actual headdresses that they have are red. Okay. And yet some people say, oh, you're reaching, and they'll find pictures of people having these big round red hats or headdresses on. But like, there's more to it than this. Okay. Because I'm telling you, the people who pretend to be you in secret, they know there's more to it. And they're glad that you're willing to overlook it and accept anything else other than what is looking you in the face. This guy, Professor Konstantin Rafinesque, he wrote this in the 1800s, just talking about the different tribes, the different primitive Black American tribes, right? This is his words, not mine. He's slandering us. That's like what a lot of them did. As soon as they got over here, their job, okay, even if they're writing about us and saying stuff that now they would deny, was to slander, right? And he's just going on and on about the Black primitives. The Yamasee were remarkably Black people. The Florida, the Caracals of Haiti, represented as a nation of beasts. What the heck? The Californians of the Caribbean islands, called Black Caribs. And there's another video on here where I talk about this captain from Britain who they specifically sent to the islands in the Caribbean to just cause havoc and start denationalizing the people. All right. So he just goes on naming the tribes of Guyana: brown like Negroes, like Hottentots. Right. And the Black Indians met the Spaniards in Louisiana. You go to Louisiana today, they're still there. They're doing carnival. The moon-eyed Negroes and albinos destroyed by the Cherokees and seen in Panama. And this just goes on and on about it. You should check this article out, though. It's got some more resources here. It even has the entire Atlantic Journal that article came from. And still can't find that article I was looking for, a specific Georgia Mayan connection. And this is from a documentary on the History Channel, where this guy who's been studying the ancient structures he's found in Georgia, and he's found the connection to the Mayan civilization, or the Olmec civilization, right? And cannot find that article that I was looking for, but hey. Anyway, this article that I was trying to find for you, it was from the Smithsonian piece. It was just talking about how the indigenous population in the Amazon, okay, have a closer connection to people that look like us than they do to anyone else. And that's just the basics of it, right? So basically, it doesn't matter how you approach it. We have legit claim, legit connection to the Moors. The Moors were the caretakers of the knowledge and wisdom from ancient Egypt. Okay? And that's, even though a lot of people don't realize this, that's the real reason why so many people want to claim to be Egyptian. Not just because they built all these pyramids. We have pyramids over here too. It's because maybe there's an aspect of that in you. Okay? Legit. And as the caretakers of this knowledge and wisdom, the information from the ancient mystery schools being passed down through us, and us keeping that alive, you know what I'm saying? That is our heritage and history. All right? We're the ones. And so it doesn't make any sense for us to be fighting over this or arguing over it. It's ridiculous, because like we can legit be who we are, you know, like the prophet said, Moors, be yourselves, honor your mothers and fathers. We can do that, step in our places who we're supposed to be. As I'm telling you, man, there's people who have like no shame about pretending to be us. Like, that's just what they do. Okay. And that's pretty much, all I really wanted to say. I just wanted to get that out there because, it's time. They find this stuff. There's a video on here where I just go in on this, and then also have like a clip from this guy, Klaus, who talks about this, and it's been getting the word out about the pyramid found in Ecuador. Looks just like the one on the dollar. 13 steps. Eye of Horus. And this language, the script on the bottom of it's been found all over the world. Okay? That's the one that's on the dollar. Right? So us doing this stuff, us being Moors, it's connected to this. All right? That's ours. The circle 7, many could say, is that same pyramid that you see on the dollar. That pyramid is the circle 7. And that is why they do this. All right? That is why you see these people doing this. They're pretending to be us. No lie. It should be kind of obvious. All right? And yeah, you see this throughout history, right? We're not reaching. We really aren't. I mean, if you understand this stuff, okay, they can't even lie. I know this for a fact. They cannot lie if you know who you are. All right? When publicly, hey, not going to talk about it. They can't. They're sworn to secrecy. Okay, that's why they're not going to teach this in schools. All right? Look at the video on here with this brother who wrote this book. The brother Abdullah Bey. He goes in on this, reveals all this stuff. All right? So the secret's been out for a long time. All right? There's really no argument over it. It is what it is. Okay? Well, you see this. You see they're using our symbols. All right? I mean, I've said this already, but like we have legit claim to this. And so there's really there shouldn't be any more argument over this. This is the circle 7. You just got to turn it the other way around. And they can't rule without using our stuff because they have to pretend to be us. So without really focusing and talking about other people, I just, had to get some of that stuff out and say that because that's really what time it is, right? For real, for real. And just wanted to get some of that stuff out. Like nothing's really going to change until we step up and do us. All right? And start building. And that's really it. The people that's new to this, I really suggest you go to the moorsinamerica.com website. I'm going to put that in the chat. I mean, for real, like go there, read those articles, and don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with family and friends, right? Because it's really important. The information has to get out. It speaks for itself. Like if people can read it for themselves and make that conclusion for themselves without you or anyone else telling them, it'll have a better impact. There's even the first article you'll see on there just going in about the whole slave trade story and how unrealistic it is to still in this day and age believe that they just sent us all over here. They had the capacity to do that. And like I said before, the brother Abdullah Bey pretty much destroyed that in that book, Moors and Masonry. And then there's his other book too, The Square and Compass. Just destroyed it. Because it's like the whole time that the whole slave trade is going on. All right. Every year or two, they're making treaties with the Moroccan, the Moroccan kingdom. All right. Making treaties like, hey, okay, yeah, we'll pay tribute so that you guys don't sink our ships, so that you're not robbing us. And also, in top of that, they're making treaties with Britain. All of these people, they're negotiating to free the Europeans that are being captured and enslaved. All right. So they couldn't even just like sail the seas openly like that, because some Moors are going to roll up on them and sink their ship, or rob them or enslave them. And sometimes their encampments and stuff, they're getting raided, and more. I mean, European Albions are being sold into slavery, literally. And they don't teach that. They really don't. Matter of fact, the few Europeans who actually talk about that stuff and wrote books about it, it's like obscure. You don't see that stuff anywhere, but it's not really hidden. I mean, they don't talk about it, but it's a known fact. It's not well known, but there's no disputing it. It actually happened, and it's been documented. This guy Voltaire, yeah, I'm gonna read something from another website, right, that I have. The144,000.com. That's THA144000.com. This guy Voltaire, he was a writer, I think, in the early 1800s, but he wrote about stuff from like the 1700s, and he's writing about things that were taking place in Europe. And a big part of the things that he was writing about like had to do with the Moors and the impact that the Moors had on those people. Like, it was huge. And so anyone who's not talking about the Moors, they're skipping out on everything. It makes no sense. He's telling you how they're coming in and whooping them and just enslaving them. Oh, here, okay. The article, if you ever go here, the 144,000 is called Moorish Pirates of the Mediterranean. That's what I called it. Moorish masters and their Euro slaves, right? So, yeah, chapter 10 in this Moorish Pirates of the Mediterranean Sea. That's the name of the chapter. It says, and this is by Voltaire, he's talking about the history of an old woman. And she's basically telling how she was brought up in a castle of the German barons. So she was of nobility there. And one day, the Moors came and raided the town. They sold her into slavery, right? Not just her, a bunch of people, like her mom, a whole bunch of Europeans are taken aboard the ship. They're stripped bare. They wind up getting sold to they get sold as slaves to somebody of nobility in Morocco, right? And they're just talking about like this whole story is just talking about like all the crazy stuff that they're going through, and like how like that's pretty much that was their life back then, like Moors were coming in, raiding villages and taking people from Italy and all these places and just selling them into slavery throughout what they call the Middle East now, and like especially North Africa. And I mean, like, this story is crazy because she's like talking about how difficult it was for her to get over seeing all the corpses and people that they slaughtered, and then just talking about the crazy stuff that they went through getting sold into slavery. And I just was using this because this is just writings from kind of from that time period. This is what's going on. So if you don't know about this stuff, then you have no idea the context of things, right? So like, from looking at it from the perspective of how it really happened, that the slave trade, it happened, but it can't have been how they said it, because they couldn't have been controlling the seas like that, when even though the Moorish stronghold fell in Granada, like 1491, they were still running things, okay? And hey, I know a lot of people might not, particularly be in the Moorish Science Temple, or they may not really pay respect to Noble Drew Ali, even though you should, because like, for the most part, we wouldn't even be on this if it wasn't for Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So when he's saying that, hey, the Dominion extended over here, they've been over here so long that they were even here before the earthquake that caused the Atlantic Ocean. All right, the stuff that Plato and them described when they're talking about Atlantis, sinking and all this. These weren't just myths, right? So he's saying they were over here even before then. So the Dominion extended over there. They weren't just able to just travel freely like that. So they didn't have the capacity to bring all those people over here. And the ones that did, that brought some POWs over here, they were Moors. They were Muslims. They'll tell you that. A lot of slave revolts were Muslims, linking up, Maroons. You had them all the way from Brazil on up through Jamaica and up in North America, and where they call the United States now. So this was happening all over the place. And they even have instances where they know, okay, the indigenous tribes, like, not only did they say these are the Hebrews, these are the original Hebrews, they saw the linguistic similarities, okay? They found Arabic scripts and Hebrew scripts over here. All right? Before any Europeans ever came. So it doesn't matter how you go about it. And then we had the pyramids over here. And it all lines up with what was brought to us. Hey, the people been over here that long. They've been building on it. So, you know what I'm saying? And for the people that's new to this, that's how the connection is made. And I mean, maybe we can build on another time about books to read, book lists and stuff. But I'm just telling you, like, this, it's not just playing dress up. That's how come, like, I'm for real with this. Like, yeah, more for real, not just on the internet. And I suggest you, if you don't know, figure it out for yourself, because it's real. And I mean, I don't need, some European to confirm it for me, because I'm not looking to these people like they're authorities or authority figures or anything like that, but they do. They confirm it. They know, because I know. And, there's no point in keeping up the lie when you're talking to someone who already knows the truth, who is the truth. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, in the chat, saying I should check out Races of Men by Robert Knox. Gonna have to check that out. Yeah. And definitely everybody should check out Othello's Children in the New World. It's a pretty good book, and then drops a lot of real information. And it all lines up, everything. Okay. So, hey, that's it. That's my rant, I guess. I just wanted to speak on that stuff for y'all, and just make sure you share this. And that's pretty much it. I mean, tune in. We're gonna be talking tomorrow with man from Mental Magic, Frank Burrell, Morpheus, and that's gonna be live. I already know he's gonna be bringing it. And hopefully we'll be speaking with Asir the Duke of Tears too on Sunday, and he's got some real information to bring. So y'all check that out, and just like I always say, share it. Go to moresinamerica.com and go to fezcaps.com. Like, for everybody that's still wears baseball caps every now and then, wear hoodies and stuff like that, because I know people still do that. So go to fezcaps.com, get you some of those. And what else? There's Moorish making fezzes now, for real, official Moorish American fezzes. And you can go there to moorishfez.com and just sign up. They're starting to take orders. And what else? On Instagram, we got the Instagram up. It's just at Moors in America. So if you're not on Instagram, you need to get on there and follow at Moors in America. Also the Facebook group. You could just look up Moors in America. And just, if you're not in the Facebook group, you need to be in there because it's live. And it's a Facebook page too. Same thing, Moors in America. And I mean, it's on Twitter. We're on Twitter too. So just follow all those accounts and share with everyone. Just like, get the information out. All right. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's late and I'm going to shut it down. But make sure you tune in tomorrow, Friday, November 17th at 8 p.m. And then Sunday again. We're going to run it back Sunday, 8 p.m. So we're going to be busy this week. Busy this weekend. All right. So peace. Peace to everyone out there. If y'all do have some questions or anything, you can just comment. You can just hit me up. You can always just email bay@moorsinamerica.com. That's the email address. And yeah, those Moors, they're getting it up. They're still haven't like officially released the feathers yet, so they're still manufacturing, but they're taking orders, because there's like already a waiting list. So just go in there, fill out that contact form, man. I already know that it's going to be official. Okay? For real, for real. And what else? That's pretty much it. Is there anything else, baby? What am I leaving out? But yeah, get at us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Twitter, all that stuff. And that's it. Moorsinamerica.com. All right. All right. Peace. We out.